Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures continued. Issue number 7 from IDW. This is ShredderCon. And as you can guess by the title of this story and by the cover, there's going to be a lot of Shredders in this issue, including Lady Shredder over here. For those of you who like a little bit more meat on your bones, we got Big Mommy Shredder over here. So we start off this issue with April doing a news break where she's talking about how there's this event that New Yorkers have called St. Nick Con. The St. Nick Con sounds like a lot of fun, to be honest. It's basically where a bunch of people dress up as Santa and they just party and get drunk for 24 hours and just cause a bunch of crazy ruckus. So like in the past, they would have like reindeer races through Times Square. They filled the Rockefeller ice rink with 700 pounds of coal. It's just basically people getting drunk and doing a bunch of crazy things while dressed as Santa. And of course, you know how New York is. If anyone's having fun, we got to put a stop to that. So they're banning the con. Not only are they banning the con, but they're taking it an extra step further. And they're banning anybody from being able to dress up as Santa during Christmas. If you do, you get fined. Basically, St. Nick Con is no more. And then that's when we cut to Oroku, who is out of his shredder gear, just in his civilian attire. And he's having a secret meeting with this guy named Kai. And Kai is the descendant of the guy who created the original meteorite sword. So for anyone who's like confused about the meteorite sword, this is something that appeared in previous issues. And basically what it is there's a meteorite that fell from the sky. This dude made a sword, made a blade using the meteorites. And it basically imbued the sword with magic to the point where he can like slice through dimensions and create portals. And of course, Shredder and Krang want to use this so that they can open up a bunch of portals to Dimension X and just have Krang's army like show up and take over the world. Oroku goes to this guy who's a descendant from the original sword blacksmith and asks him like, "Hey, I have the other half of the meteorite. Would you be able to make a replica of the sword?" And Kai is like, "You know what? I would love to do that. And making the blade would be easy. The thing, though, is that what made the swords unique was the Suba, the handguard. Basically, the way he crafted it was magical. And so without one of those, you wouldn't have a true replica." And of course, Oroku's kind of upset. But that's when Kai is like, "However, if you really, really want me to make this sword, there's an Asian art exhibit happening next week at the Mid-Manhattan Museum where some of those Subas that my ancestors like didn't use, the unused ones, are going to be there on display. If you were to get your hands on one of them, I might be able to make your replica." And so that's when Oroku has an idea. And basically, the idea is that during the St. Nick Con, while everyone's dressed up as Santa, he's going to also dress up like Santa. And he's going to break into the museum and steal one of the Subas. But then that's when he gets told by Bebop and Rocksteady that the St. Nick Con has been banned. So Shredder's like, "Okay, well, we got to come up with an idea then." "Okay, I got one. Krang, give me your duplication beam." And basically what Shredder is going to do is he's going to use his duplication beam to create a bunch of duplicates of his armor. And then he's going to give it out for free. And he's like, "You know what? There's a loophole. The St. Nick Con is banned, but there's nothing stopping you guys from dressing up in a different costume. So why don't you come and grab some free Shredder costumes and we can have a ShredderCon." A bunch of people show up. They get free Shredder gear. And like this Shredder gear is like plastic and stuff. So like anyone who's like wondering about why aren't the police stopping Shredder from giving out like gauntlets with, spikes on them, everything is like plastic and safe. It's basically like cheap versions of his costume. The duplication beam is kind of weak and lame. It can duplicate something, but it doesn't make a great copy. And the copy kind of like disappears after a few hours. So Shredder's like, "That's fine. This is like just enough time for us to create a diversion." And so a bunch of people show up on Christmas as Shredder, including some ladies. And the turtles basically just start beating the crap out of them. Yeah, like we see a scene where Leonardo uses one of his katanas. Actually, no, wait, it's not a katana. It's a ninjatsu. Even though they always call it a katana, it doesn't have the curve that the katana has. It's just a straight up ninjatsu. But he uses it to like slash one dude's spray can out of his hands. We see Donatello using his staff to attack a woman. And then we get even more crazier things where keep in mind, this is winter. This is Christmas. The turtles are dressed up in, not only the turtles, but even people wearing the Shredder costume are dressed up in sweaters and winter jackets and coats and stuff, right? Well, Leonardo has the smart idea to use his sword to slice open a fire hydrant and then spraying the Shredder cosplayers with water, with cold water. I'm like, dude, that's how you get people sick. You're gonna give these people pneumonia. You're gonna kill these guys if they don't get out of their wet clothes and into something dry and hot. Like you're not helping, turtles. But yeah, as the turtles are fighting a bunch of civilians. I can't believe I just said that, but yeah, as the turtles are fighting a bunch of civilians, Bebop and Rocksteady break into the museum, and basically they start acting, quote unquote, by talking out loud to each other, saying that they're going to play the biggest prank that's ever happened at St. Nick Con, and they're going to draw a bunch of smiley faces on all the exhibits. And they're saying this that way, like the guards who are overhearing will think that these are just Shredder cosplayers coming in to like destroy the museum by spray painting everything, rather than the true purpose, which is to show up and steal the Suba. Yeah, I'm going to stop it here. I don't want to spoil everything. But yeah, we pretty much get a bunch of people cosplaying as Shredder, and we get the turtles fighting a bunch of civilians. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, I enjoyed this. I thought this was good. It's nice to see Shredder actually coming up with an intelligent plan for once. I get it. It's the Saturday Morning Adventure series, so it's based off of the Saturday morning cartoons. And their Shredder isn't as intelligent as he is, like in the comics and stuff. I completely understand that. But Shredder has had a bunch of dumb ideas. So it was nice to see one that's actually like, it sounds dumb on paper, but then when you really think about it, it's actually pretty smart. Like, we're going to give a bunch of free costumes to people to dress up like me. That way I can sneak into a museum and steal what I need without the turtles realizing it, because everybody's going to look like me, so they won't know which one's the real me. Like, you know what? Good job, Shredder. That's pretty smart of you. But yeah, there's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures Continued, issue number 7 from IDW. It was good. I liked it. I really enjoyed this series. It's just a bunch of nostalgic fun for me. It's straight up basically the cartoon series in comic book form. I mean, obviously it's like original stories, but it's stories that I can totally see happening in the cartoons. Like the humor and the writing is basically straight up the cartoons. And even the art style is pretty similar. In fact, I would even say the art style has been getting a little bit better. Before, it kind of looked like a cheap version of the cartoon series, but now it looks like it's the cartoon series, but a little bit higher quality. And then, of course, I love April's design. I've always been a fan of the cartoon version of April with the short red hair. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. This was a good issue. Pick it up. If you got kids, this is definitely a series for them. If you were a fan of the old cartoon series, then you would definitely enjoy this. Just a bunch of nostalgic fun. But yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe. Hit that bell for a notification. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far. And I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see. And I hope to see you guys next time. Later.